With the Strong Firm, and I've had the pleasure of serving as this year's team lead for today's summit. If you could all come in and get seated, we are going to get started. Now, before we get started, I would like to give a round of applause for this morning's breakfast sponsors, Blanton Advisors, LLC, and Kroger. It's early for a Friday. I hope that everyone has helped themselves to some coffee, tea, juice, breakfast. If you haven't, it's right outside in between the sessions and during some of the breaks. You can replenish your coffee, get some breakfast, and get ready for the day. We're excited about the great line of speakers that we have for today's summit, and we're excited that we were able to pull all of these talented individuals from our chamber membership itself. Hopefully you've all downloaded your UVA app. We will ask that at the check-in, that you check in at the start of each session so that we can track your engagement throughout today's conference. The event will remain open on the UVA app for 6 months after the event, giving you all the opportunity to continue to connect with each other, see the presentations, ask questions of our speakers, and even access all of the videos if you missed any of the sessions from today. We will also have a post-event survey for you to complete within the app. What I need for you to do right now, if you haven't already, is to download the app or open it and make sure that you've selected your sessions that you'll be attending today. The breakout rooms on the side are limited to 50 people. We will have presentations in the ballroom as well, and there's no limit on the number of people who can attend the presentations in the ballroom. So we ask that you go ahead and open the agenda within the app and make your selections if you haven't already done so. If a room is at capacity during any of the breakout sessions, we ask that you find another session to attend, as we cannot have anyone standing in any of the rooms for video production purposes. While you all do that and select your agenda for today, I'm going to have JJ Hawley come up and thank all of our sponsors.
Y'all can do better than that. Come on. Hello, the Astros won last night. There you go. Thank you. I know it's early and it's still dark outside, but we're all going to get through this together and hope the Astros win on Saturday, and then we can stop these late nights. Before I get started with the sponsors, I want to say thank you to a special team that put this event on today. If you're part of the Business Summit team, please stand and let's recognize them. All right, and now I would like to thank our sponsors that have made today's event possible, and please hold your applause until the end. Our presenting underwriter is Tachus Fiber Internet. Our keynote speaker sponsor is the Post Oak Collection. Our venue sponsor is Lone Star College. Our multimedia sponsor is Heightened Leaders. Our luncheon sponsor is Howard Hughes Corporation and We Connect Global Branding. Our breakout room sponsors are Focal Point Business Coaching, Frost Bank, Marsh McLennan Agency, and the Cook Insurance Group. Our breakfast sponsors are Blanton Advisors and Kroger. Our centerpiece sponsor is the Woodlands Christian Academy. Our video production sponsor is Silver Rock Productions. Our exhibit booth sponsors, Consolidated Communications, Express Employment Professionals, G&A Partners, Sam Houston State University Small Business Development Center, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, the U.S. Small Business Administration, Wygant Law, PLLC, Woodforest National Bank, and our lanyard sponsor is Stibbs & Co. PC Attorneys. Our program sponsors are All Ears Listening and Language Center, Better Bookkeepers, David Allen Capital, Green Business Bureau, KJ Marketing Group, Makeup Junkie Bags, North Houston Hearing Solutions, LLC, Prolific Profiles Background Check Company, the Strong Firm PC, the Wolford Group, Venturi Engineers, Woodlands Tax Advisors, and our printing sponsor, Bayside Printing Company, Image 360 Houston Signs and Graphics, and our media sponsors, Community Impact Newspaper, Hello Woodlands, Houston Business Journal, and Woodlands Online. Let's all give them a round of applause. Now you'll also see their logos scrolling on the side screens at the back of the room throughout today's program, or the front of the room. Now, please draw your attention to the screens as we play a video provided from our venue sponsor, Lone Star College, while Miss Linda Head makes her way to the stage.
Hello, and welcome to Lone Star College System Office, the Woodlands. We are honored to serve as the host for the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce Business Summit. You may already be familiar with the work at our 7 campuses to train and educate over 85,000 students annually. Today, I gathered a small team of experts to share our business services with you. Our corporate college provides customized training in both manufacturing and healthcare. The state of Texas appropriated approximately $20 million to fund this type of training if you collaborate with a community college.
As the Executive Director of Leadership and Economic Development at Lone Star College, I have the opportunity to work with business and community members as well as college and high school students. I oversee Leadership North Houston, which promotes leadership development for established business professionals. Lone Star Leadership College and Leadership High School provide skills and connections for our student learners to excel in their next career steps. And finally, Community Development Institute of Texas builds capacity and leadership of professionals developing communities of all sizes by preparing for the National PSET exam.
As Executive Director of Veteran Services, I am honored to support our veteran and military-affiliated students at Lone Star College. My team works with students by providing outreach, advising, and financial services. A key role is communication with our students to help navigate our large college system. Our department supports all services related to their education. Veteran Services has an easy step-by-step process to ensure easy access to GI Bill funds and access to education.
As the Executive Director of Continuing Education for Lone Star College, we provide fast-track, entry-level training and professional development, industry certification, and test preparation for new careers or to upskill currently employed workers. We have a multitude of courses available in general business, information technology, healthcare, manufacturing, and English as a second language. Our team can assist with funding for up to $2,000 per employee for grant applicants. LSC Continuing Education is your source for workforce training.
So since I was allowed to show that, I'll just keep my words short. Is Mike Raffine here today? That was the product of Mike Raffine and his company. So if you haven't used his services before, please reach out to him. He's a chamber member. Also, I want to introduce 2 people that are at our table today, Dr. Mario Castillo and Dr. Dwight Smith. I don't even know how to describe what Mario Castillo's position is at Lone Star College. I say that the chancellor has a left and a right and a middle, and I don't know if Mario prefers to be the left or the right, but he leads. He's the general counsel, he's the chief operations officer, the bigger division of academic and workforce education report to him, HR, compliance, a lot of numerous things report to him, and somehow he has a family as well and 2 small children. So if you there's numerous positions open at Lone Star College, so please go to lonestar.edu. And the last thing I want to say is about JJ. I had the honor of serving on the board and as board chair a few years ago, and it was JJ's second year in the job. And JJ, you do a beautiful job leading this Chamber of Commerce. It is one of the largest chambers of commerce. He said in a meeting a couple weeks ago, we have more members than the Greater Houston Partnership, which is pretty darn cool. And you do a beautiful job in networking and webbing the community and sits on numerous boards, both nonprofit and business, and helps be the glue that keeps this community together, and we appreciate your leadership. Have a great day today. Enjoy the center. We do rent it, so if you ever need some space, let us know. Have a great day.
Thank you, Linda and Lone Star College, for hosting us today. The facility is a great venue for accommodating our business summit, and we are thankful for your hospitality and your chamber partnership. Now I'm excited to introduce Mr. Hal Brumfield with Tachus and the presenting underwriter for today's business summit. Hal Brumfield is the founder and CEO of Tachus, a fiber internet provider based here in the Woodlands, Texas. Founded in late 2018, Tachus has grown under Hal's leadership to serve over 20,000 customers throughout the greater Houston, and now employs over 160 residents of the communities that it serves. Hal's most recent achievements with Tachus include earning a world-class Net Promoter Score of 88 and being named fastest download speed in Houston by speedtest.net, distinguishing the fiber-to-home provider as a leader in its industry. Prior to Tachus, Hal worked for 20 years in IT, specializing in telecom and infrastructure management. He served as Director of National Security for Split Rock Services, as well as the IT Director for Mosaic Group, before founding B Resource Inc., an IT management services company which grew to be one of the largest in its field in Houston. Throughout his career, Hal has been honored several times over in Inc. 5000, HBJ Fast Tech 50, Fast 100, and Aggie 100. Woo. Hal, please come to the stage. Thank you.
I don't know what else I could say at this point. Starting and running a business is hard. It's one of the most challenging and sometimes frustrating things you can do in your lifetime. However, it's also one of the most rewarding. I'm going to share with you a little bit of my journey. Great. I'll tell you a 5-minute story or 5-minute version of a 5-hour story. April 7th, 2000, that was my last day that I was employed. I quit my job to start a company in Dallas, Texas, and within a few months, it took off. I was on top of the world. We had picked up customers with names like Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Cowboys, Miller Lite, Dr. Pepper, and a bunch of other local companies. And things were going great. Roll forward to June the following year, I am completely broke. I mean, like, really broke. Like, so broke, I didn't pay attention one day when I went to the office, and I didn't have 20 bucks in my account to put gas in my car to get home, so I was stuck in the office. So, I had to figure out something to do. Fortunately, I knew an individual that was looking to start a business, and I called and agreed to sell him all the furniture, computers, everything for $1,000. He said, okay, great, good deal. So I met him at the gas station, gave me $1,000 cash, I gave him the key to the office, and I never looked back. Rented a U-Haul, packed my stuff, moved back to the Woodlands, because I'd been here since '92, and this was, early 2000s when I was in Dallas. And by the time I got to Houston, I had about $300 to my name. And my entire career had been in IT. So I tried to find an IT job. Well, unfortunately, earlier that year, we had the internet bubble burst. I couldn't get a job, period. So I applied at Target. And this was late June 2001. July 4th, 2001, for those that remember the fireworks here over near Anadarko, I was on the parking garage near the mall, near the movie theater there, watching the fireworks, praying for an answer on what to do. Because I was at a pretty bad spot in life. And I decided that I was not going to take the job at Target. The next day, I took what was left of the $300, went to Kinko's, when it was Kinko's, for those that remember, and I created some business cards and started a new business. Roll forward 12 years, June 2013, I get one of the best phone calls I could ever get. This business that I created was valuable enough to where somebody actually wanted to buy it. So I'm ecstatic. I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? Well, about a week later, I got one of the worst phone calls you could imagine. My mother called me, and she was hysterically crying. And my father had terminal cancer. And she was a teacher here in Conroe for Conroe ISD for almost 30 years. She was forced to retire early to take care of him. And a year later, June 10, 2014, he passed away. A few weeks later, July 3rd, almost 13 years to the day of me standing in that parking garage, I signed the paperwork to sell the company that I created that next day. And it put me and my family in a position where we could retire early. And so not long after we sold the company, I helped my mother get out of the townhouse that my father passed away in and into a 55 and older community. And part of getting her into that house was setting her up with internet and TV. Internet was $70 at the time, TV was $30, $100 to fit her budget. Well, in the meantime, my wife and I spent a lot of time at home, watching TV, streaming TV, watching movies, surfing the internet, and we became increasingly frustrated with our internet service because of the outages and the inconsistent speeds, slowdowns. And one day, we get a call from my sister-in-law who lives in Switzerland. She wanted to come visit us for Christmas. And she wanted to buy my nephew an Xbox, but she didn't know much about it. Me being kind of a tech person, she thought I might know something about it. So she was asking about buying games, things like that. And I said, don't buy any discs because they're going to get lost, scratched, broken, probably get left at our house when we fly back to Switzerland, and then we got to figure out how to get them to you. She said, don't buy any games, you can download them. So Christmas Day comes around. We're all excited to watch him get this gift because we've all been there as kids, or seen our kids, or maybe grandkids open that big Christmas gift. And so he goes and opens the thing, he's ecstatic. So I unboxed it for him, hooked it up to the living room TV, go to help him find a game, goes to download the game. It's gonna take 3 days to get the game downloaded. So I wanted to climb under the couch. He's crying. I don't know, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing open. Too bad I picked the job target, maybe I could have gotten there, got a good game. But unfortunately, there was nothing I could do. So I'm trying to figure out what do I do to try to fix this. So I go to find a movie that he wants to watch, and I go hit play. Give me an hour and a half before that movie starts. So I had an extremely frustrated family, including me. Well, the last straw occurred when we rolled forward about 7 months from that, so it was about July, August. I get a call from my mother, and she is hysterically crying again. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this can't be another phone call to her that's got cancer. Fortunately, that was not the case. She had gone out to the mailbox. Yes, she still gets paper mail, whatever, she's of that age. And she had gotten her 13-month internet bill. Her bill had gone from 70 to 150. Service hadn't gotten better, it got worse. More people had moved in the neighborhood, so it got more congested, and she was experiencing the same thing I was experiencing at home. But the biggest thing was the bill went up with no notification, no warning, no nothing. And $80 a month for a retired school teacher on a fixed income, that's grocery money, that's part of a car note. That's a lot of money. And there wasn't a thing in the world I could do about it. And then I had that light bulb moment. I said, you know what, maybe I can. So talked to my wife about it, and we decided to take the money that was really our retirement from the sale of the company prior, and we started an internet service company named Tachus. Today, Tachus employs over 160 Houston residents. Our office is literally catty corner from here, over there, if you know where the Hewitt building is. When you call our office, You're talking to somebody in that building. Today we've passed, we have service available to nearly 100,000 homes, and it's been a really cool experience. You know, we've got an amazing team. It's not just me that has done this. I had the idea that it's those 160 people that really got us to where we are today, and I couldn't say enough good things about it. But I could go on and on for hours. You've heard a small portion of my story. I want to leave you this. For those that have started a business, I want to say congratulations, because you know what it takes to start something from nothing. It's not easy. You're going to have struggles. But I want to say congratulations. You've done something that a very few number of people have had the courage and grit to do. And for those thinking of starting a business, do it. There will be struggles along the way. There are organizations like the Chamber that can help you navigate some of those challenges. And you cannot plan for what may come of that business. There's a saying that I love, it's man plans, God laughs. Because things are going to happen if you can't plan for it. You know, and when you're old, you look back on your life, and if you started a business, whether it was success or failure, or whether you succeeded or not, you will not regret it. I can promise you that. The only thing you regret is not doing it. So go for it. Stop talking about it. It'll be the best thing you've ever done in your life. So, thank you.
Thank you, Hal and Tachus, for your support. We're so honored to have your organization headquartered here in the Woodlands. Can we give them one more round of applause?